Hey guys, I'm gonna end up dividing up this what I plan to do for today's lesson. Part of it today and then part of it tomorrow, just to make these videos a little bit shorter. Plus, I kind of crunched for time today. We had something come up that we have to do that we didn't really plan on doing. So, what I'm gonna do actually first is I'm gonna go ahead and register for a private email address for my domain, just so that I can have it for my email list. I wasn't really thinking about that, like how the emails get sent. I'm going to want it to be from this domain, so I'm going to go ahead and buy this. Also, I felt might be good for other people to see kind of how to add this after the fact, because you have to go in and add some stuff to Cloudflare. So the starter one is fine. Use the domain I already have. Right there. Continue. Alright, so I'm gonna just pause the video real quick while I just finish the payment for this. Okay, now completed the payment. I'm just back in the domain management area, and now you can see I have one mailbox available to use. So I'm going to click Manage. These are the records we'll have to add to Cloudflare. So I have Cloudflare open already. They're going to be MX record types, priority 10, and then this will be the value that we'll be putting in for the first one. So what I'll actually have to do is delete all of these existing ones that were there when I bought the domain. I just won't need them. I could just overwrite them, but I'd rather just delete them, that way I don't mess anything up. And the text record as well, because they have one for me to create. So it'll be at, and then the value, and priority 10, and then save. And then the next one is MX2. Everything else will be the same. And then the text record. So copy this. And paste, and now we are good to go. So what that's doing is basically Cloudflare is telling the browser or the mail server where to send the mail. Okay, so create mailbox, and I'm going to use my first name. I'm going to create a password here. And the storage amount is fine. And don't want to save that. Alright. Okay, so now I'm going to go over to I'm gonna manage aliases first. What an alias is I can just kind of make up new mailboxes in this domain, and it'll just pretty much forward everything to my email address, so I can use like a support at the $update, so I can put that one on the website, and then it'll automatically forward it to my email. Alright, now I'm going to go over and open the webmail. Don't need the tour. So what I usually do from here is go into settings and mail and do auto forward. Turn it on, and I just send it to my Gmail account. That way, you don't really get a whole lot anyways, but that way I don't have to log in online to another email address. Cool. So we will leave this open. What's next? We got that. We got this. Just leave those open for now. So what I'm going to do is create a new list in Aweber. So if you don't have an Aweber account, I'll be sure to give you my affiliate link. It's just dustin.aweber.com, I believe. It may not work because I'm already logged into Aweber, but yeah. So that's it. Company name, we will do. I want to do the dollar update for this. Take the spaces out of there. Okay, and then have to have an address. It can just be your home address if you don't have any kind of a business address. This is my just a business. It's really a UPS mailbox, UPS store. So I need to add a new sender. Send verification. There we go. Click verify. Go to my account. Done. This is a goofy setup. I don't know why they make you do this. I'm just gonna have to leave it as this for right now and go back and set it up because it doesn't realize that, it doesn't know that I already verified it. So this is something the subscribers see if they click unsubscribe or if they click change subscriber options or whatever that link is. All right, we'll fix the confirmation stuff in a second. Okay, so I want to go back to list options, and I want to change this now to that. Alright, and then while we're in here, we'll save that. While we're in here, go to confirmation message, and we're going to turn that off. Turn off all of them if you're able to. Especially if you're using ClickFunnels, you'll need this one to be turned off. Otherwise, it'll make people confirm their email address, and you don't want to do that because you will just instantly lose 50% of your opt-ins. People just won't do it. So, alright, now I technically don't have to make a web form if I'm using ClickFunnels. You can just set up the integration and it'll be good to go. So if you haven't done that before, go to, I'm going to open this separately here. Integrations. And you can see I already have a number of Aweber accounts in here. This one, vacationsumo.com, is the one that I'm using. Why was this list not? That was the old one. Okay. Yeah, I'm using the Vacation Sumo Aweber account, so I'm already integrated. If you're not, you can just click Add New, find Aweber in there, give it a name, and then click Connect. Box will pop up, and you'll have to just allow access basically to ClickFunnels, and once you do that, you'll be able to access it from where I'm going to show you in here. So now again, we got to go back, edit every single page because we have an opt-in box and the pop-up box with an opt-in. So you go to settings, integrations, and select your, the Aweber one that you just set up. Like I showed you, it's under Vacation Sumo. Integrate existing list, and there it is. So that's it. By default, any form on this page is going to be integrated that way. So like I said, I got one here, and then I got the pop-up. So it's technically two separate forms, but the integration happens for all of them. Yeah, so I was going to talk about this in this video, but I think I'm going to wait till the next lesson. Just makes more sense. So I'm going to go ahead and save it. Go out. And so by default, what I was about to say is when somebody opts in ClickFunnels, you don't need to give a thank you page link. It just automatically sends them to the next step down in the funnel, which is our thank you page, in which technically is the only page on this site that I don't need to click on and edit for the Aweber integration. Because if they landed there, they're already on the list. All the other ones, though, I do have to go through the integration setup process. There we go. All right, we'll go to About Us. Just so you're kind of clear on this, this is what I named. These are all ones I went in, and when you set up the integration, you give it a name. I named this one Aweber-vacationsumo.com so that I knew which Aweber account it was. You see I have two other ones in here. There's actually three. And then ActiveCampaign. So don't get confused thinking I'm adding people to the Vacation Sumo list. That's not what I'm doing here. This is the account, and then you choose the list from there. So this is the list that I'm putting them on. So again, kind of a pain in the butt with ClickFunnels is you got to go back in and edit every single page. When you want to make site-wide changes like this, unfortunately, as of right now, there's no other option. Maybe eventually we'll kind of come up with a templating type platform. They're making their way there with the ability to save rows and sections, but still you can't go in and edit those like rows and sections, so it's still kind of clunky. It saves a little bit of time, but not really ideal. Honestly, probably would have been better off using a WordPress site and just using something like Elementor Pro to design my own WordPress theme, because then I wouldn't have to be going in and making all these individual changes to pages like this. But personally, I'm just going to go to ClickFunnels every time because I like it better. When I'm not teaching people how to do this, there's less steps involved. I guess is the best way to put it for me. So we are all integrated now with ClickFunnels. So the next thing I wanted to do in this lesson is to add the welcome message. And in Aweber, you do that using something called Campaign. They got rid of the my original Aweber account. I still have the option. It's called follow-up, legacy follow-ups or something. That's how you used to have to create like a welcome email and an autoresponder sequence. But now you can do multiple campaigns and then trigger a campaign either as soon as somebody subscribes or with a tag. And you can add tags. Maybe you saw it in Aweber. Let me go back in there just in case it's something you want to do. guess I would have to, let me just remove it so you can see. So in the action box, this just adds a person to the list. This adds to the list, and it gives you the option for a tag. So after you pick the list, then you tell ClickFunnels what tag do you want to apply. And in Aweber, when you can say, when somebody has this tag applied to them, start this campaign. And if they have this tag applied to them, start this campaign. But I am going to just keep it like that. There you go. Alright, so we'll do create campaign, and if you want to use one of these, you can. I just do blank and give it a name. That reminded me that I wanted to tell you I'm still working on that Word file and pulling out things. There really isn't a lot that I'm removing other than like my own personal branding type stuff. It seems like I wrote it in such a way that it's not really personalized too much, so that's good for you too, because you're going to get the majority of the content that's in there. It's just I'm not done yet, so I should have it ready for you tomorrow, the June 13th, Sunday. So I want to start this campaign anytime somebody's subscribed to the list. And I want to immediately send them a welcome message, a welcome email. I don't have any emails ready yet, otherwise it would show up, there would be an option for a button right here that says, pick one of these or whatever. A lot of times I go in and will create drafts. If I know, like, hey, I'm going to make an autoresponder sequence of 5 emails, the first one being the welcome email, I'll go in and create the emails first in Aweber and just save them as drafts, so that when I come in to build this campaign, they're already here, and I'm just building the campaign. I'm not setting up the campaign while writing emails and flipping back and forth. But in this case today, I'm just going to set up the welcome email, and then tomorrow we will finish the setup for Aweber, putting the other. What I'm really going to do, I'm not going to create like a huge autoresponder sequence, because it's the gun to the head Gary Halbert thing. I obviously want to give them the thing they opted in for, so you got to have the welcome email. And I'm probably going to do 2 more after that, but I want to leave a lot of room for me to send manual broadcast emails so that I can adjust on the fly if something isn't working. It gives me more flexibility to find maybe a different product, or structure the emails differently, figure out what the issue is if it's not working, and then adjust pretty quickly. So I don't want to put too many emails in a sequence. It will likely be the welcome email and maybe 2 more, possibly just 1 more email. Okay. And as far as like the email design itself, sometimes I will use a template. So, sure, if I actually have, let's see. Let me find it real quick for you, just so you know what I'm talking about. So for Vacation Sumo, sometimes I'll do a nice like newsletter template like this with a header image and a footer and image and stuff on the bottom. Other times I will just do plain text email. It's still an HTML email. Like, don't get that wrong. It's just a white background, black text, no newsletter design. That's what I'm doing in this case. Specifically for this niche too. Fancy newsletter formats just aren't, not that they wouldn't work, it's just people don't even really expect them in this niche at all. So as far as what to say, I already have a welcome email template that I created for, it's really the template I've been using forever, but I made it a kind of a fill in the blank template for the newsletter secrets program. So that's exactly what this is, and that's, it's what I use anyways. So that's what I'm going to use here. I'm just going to paste that in. I like to make it 18 size font, and real simple. Break the paragraphs up so people can see exactly where the download is and then what to do next. Again, I don't have time in this case study to dissect this whole thing, but like in the newsletter secrets course, I have a probably 20 or 30 minute video on the anatomy of a successful welcome email, because there literally are 6, if not 7, key components inside of this thing that make it work. One of them being the subject line. So let's start up there with the subject line. A couple things here. You want to be descriptive in the subject line. You want them to see the email. Without seeing the email, you want them to know what it is that they are getting, right? Like they ask for a download link, they're going to be looking for that email. So tell them right in this email what it is. So I would say something like download. Sometimes I'll just put it in brackets, like download, so they know like this is a download. Book of Internet Income Secrets. And kind of what I do, like what I would do in this niche, just like I do on my regular internet marketing list, is like, hey, first name, comma. And then it's basically fill in the blank stuff from here. So digital copy of say our bribe type would be like guide. Actually, book. The big book of internet. I cannot spell internet. And I'll usually bold and italicize that. You can access the download here. I don't want to, like that, the name is just too long to keep putting in there. Yeah, so you know what? I'm gonna leave this, and I'm gonna have to come back and do this tomorrow, unfortunately, because I just don't have the file ready or set up to like add to Dropbox or whatever. Tips and tricks. Should just be you'll find online. And again, I don't know what I'm doing for that yet. I mean, I do know. I just don't have like the actual content to put in there, the titles. a sign off line. You can kind of like, mine my actual internet marketing list is dream big, take action. It could be anything, just, to your success. Help you. Help you with your internet income goals. So getting them to reply to these emails is very helpful for deliverability stuff. So I'm going to save this for right now. And I'm just going to have to pick this up where I'm leaving off today. Unfortunately, I got to go. So tomorrow's going to be a pretty big lesson, because I wanted to start running ads tomorrow, which the campaign, or the ad campaign might not be actually like approved tomorrow, but getting it set up so that I can submit it for review. That's really my goal, is to get to that point. Like I said, I will likely end up having maybe 2 emails right here, and then I just got to set up. Got to get that file, the digital file, and add it to Dropbox. So I gotta finish working on this later today, editing this Word file for not only myself but also for you, and the the banner images and stuff. Removing my name from the cover for you. So all that stuff I will get to you tomorrow. So get everything I got set up today, which was quite a bit actually. Get it set up and going. I'm just going to go ahead and save and exit this for now. It's going to just kind of remain. It would get sent out as is, because it's not really a draft. Save that too. So I'm going to come back. We'll come back in tomorrow, and we'll finish up this email, and then add at least 1, if not 2 more emails to this sequence, and we'll talk about how we're actually going to make money, or how I'm going to make money with this. So before we actually run some ads. So I will see you tomorrow.